Hello, my name's Anna Uzumaki, and this is probably the single weirdest dream that I've ever had, or at least that I can recall. Maybe not the weirdest, but it's in like the top fucking 5 of weird dreams. Now, a little backstory, kind of explaining everything. Now, I have a history with sleep deprivation, with insomnia, basically. Like, you know, I have a lot of trouble getting to sleep at night. I have trouble shutting my fucking brain off when I need to hit the sack and get some rest. You know, I'll think about some random event that happened to me like in the 7th grade and overanalyze the fuck out of that for like 3 hours straight, and I'm exhausted and I want to fucking get to bed, but I just fucking can't, and it sucks. Now it's something I sort of just cope with, but about a few weeks ago it was becoming a problem, so I ended up going to my doctor, and he prescribed medication to help me with that, and the medication has been working. And one interesting side effect of this medication is that I have been dreaming a lot. Like, basically every night since I started taking this medication, I have been dreaming very vividly. Like, if I had been dreaming at any point prior to that, it was not... It left so little of an impression on me that it didn't even fucking matter. And during this period, over the course of those few weeks since I started taking this medication, I have had some of these I've had some very, very fucking weird dreams. Now, I'm not somebody who dreams, like, I don't dream, my dreams do not mimic reality at all. These things are fucking batshit insane. Like, for me, a dream is like, what am I, like, usually, it's like a collection of things that exist in the real world, but it's like somebody took a fucking People magazine and a Game Informer and just chopped them up and then just created the world's most fucked up collage you could imagine. Like, it'll be something like, oh god, Optimus Prime needs me to stop the gerbils from taking over the sidewalk. I must do that now. Come, Team Rocket. Aid me in my struggle. You know, shit like that. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. So, as you can imagine, some of these dreams are really interesting and really hilarious. Now, why am I telling you this dream? Because I'm bored, one, and because I think it's kind of fucking funny. So, here I go. Now, this isn't the entirety of the dream. This is just, like, a part of the dream that I thought was really interesting. But I'll kind of set things up. Okay, so I'm running away, so I'm running for my life, and basically the protagonist from the game Hitman, you know, the bald dude with a fancy suit, is shooting at me with a handgun. This dude is, you know, hot on my fucking trail, and he's trying to kill me. This dude's out for fucking blood. Now, I believe I was Morgan Freeman at the time. Physically, I looked like Morgan Freeman. And I don't know why he was trying to kill me, but this dude wanted me fucking dead, and I had to get the hell out of there. And I'm running through a jungle trying to get away from this guy. So I keep running, and eventually I arrive at a dead end. And now I'm basically inside of an office building somehow. I have no idea how I transitioned from, like, running in the jungle to, like, office building, but I was there. And I'm against this fucking wall, and I'm like, oh, god damn it, I gotta get the fuck out of here! So I'm looking for any possible exit, and then I look down and I see there's an air vent. You know, like the kind of air vent like Gordon Freeman would crawl through when he's trying to solve a fucking, you know, like, switch puzzle or something. Not to be confused with, isn't Gordon Freeman as in the video game character, not to be confused with Morgan Freeman, the actor, / narrator of March of the Penguins. I don't know why I pointed to that specifically, but I digress. I do that a lot. So I pull out a crowbar and I break the fucking, whatever the heck they used, whatever that metal thing is that blocks, that blocks air vents. So I take out a crowbar and knock that thing off, and I crawl inside that thing, and I crawl through the thing as fast as I fucking can, and I can hear the gunshot, and I can hear the gunshots firing behind me. But, you know, the further I crawl through the vent, the further away the gunshot sounds become, and I'm like, okay, whew, like, I'm safe, good. So, I keep crawling through, I've been crawling through this vent for about a minute now, and I see a turn coming up. It's a left turn, and I'm about to round this corner when a shirtless David Hasselhoff rounds the corner. Now, shirtless David Hasselhoff is he's crawling through the air vent in the opposite direction, so, you know, eventually we meet. Now, Hasselhoff looks like he's in kind of a hurry, and, you know, and so we meet, and there's, like, this moment where we just awkwardly just stare at each other. We're just kind of like, just really, just for about 30 seconds, we just really awkwardly stare at each other. And so I decided to break the silence. I'm like, so I like try to introduce myself. I'm like, hey. And then he's like, hey. And so another awkward silence follows. And I kind of like look at the ground, just like, so, what are you doing in here? And he's like, nothing. And I'm like, okay. Again, followed by another awkward silence. So I'm just like, so I try to explain the situation to him just to move things along. I'm like, okay, well, there's like this bald dude who's like trying to kill me, so I gotta get the fuck out of here, and you're kind of like blocking my way. So, and then he cuts me off. So David Hasselhoff, he cuts me off, and he says like, now look, okay, you know, it's fine. I'll walk backwards through the vent and crawl out, and then you can follow me and whatever. I don't care. And then I'm like, well, are you sure, man? You look like you're in kind of a hurry right now. I mean, you look... And then he cuts me off again, and he's like, no, okay, look, it's fucking fine. I'll back up, I'll just crawl backwards out of the vent, and then you can just go through, okay? And, like, he's really irritated about the whole thing. It's like he had something really important to do in the place I just came from, and, like, the only way he could get to that location was by crawling through this air vent that I just so happened to be crawling through. And I was seriously inconveniencing him by crawling through this vent, and like, you know, because like we can't go through each other, so, but, you know, so he crawls out of the vent backwards, and, you know, I follow after him, and eventually I reach, I emerge from the vent, I reach the exit, and I climb out, and I look around, and, there's nobody there. Hasselhoff is gone. You know, because I figured he looked like he was in such a hurry to crawl through that thing. I figured, like, he'd be waiting at the entrance of the vent for me, but he's gone. He just left. I never found out why David Hasselhoff was crawling through that vent. And, you know, the oddest thing about that dream, well, among the many odd things that were in this dream, I think that one scene was easily the most odd. Because there was, like, a narrative structure to my dream. Like, there was a purpose behind this thing. Like, I was running for my life from the dude, from the protagonist from Hitman. That guy was trying to fucking kill me. And I was trying to reach a location where I could, like, basically acquire the means with which to kill that guy. But, you know, but David Hasselhoff, like, I never saw him again. Like, in no way did David Hasselhoff factor into any of that. It was such an odd scenario that it just stood out in my mind. I remember waking up shortly after that happened and just like, what? It's just like, I remember waking up like immediately, just like very shortly after that happened, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And then like 2 minutes later I went back to sleep and I continued the dream. But yeah, probably one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had. I don't know what the fuck that says about me. Freudian psychologists, you're probably gonna have a fucking field day with this shit. You know, if you are a Freudian psychologist or a Freudian psychologist enthusiast and someone who is well aware of such methods, then you could probably, yeah, go to fucking town. As for everybody else, I hope this entertained you somewhat. It sure as hell fucking entertained me. Feel free to share your own weird dream experiences in the comments below, if you really want to. I'll talk to you later, I guess. I just felt like sharing that. Take care.